I forgot my headphones. Let me plug my headphones into the computer so I can hear sound, because we're going to play a little bit of games today. We're going to step away from the crime and the gossip and, oh, whoops, you know what? I still have the spilling the tea background. Oops. Oh, well, I should have put a gaming background. You know what? Hold on, give me 2 seconds to change that. Maybe I can still change it while I'm broadcasting. There we go. Change. Because we are going to talk about comfort games today. We are not going to talk about crime, gossip, and whatever's going on out there. We'll do that in later. We'll keep making those videos, though. But welcome to Talk with Rules, where we like to talk all kinds of things. And we're going to talk about comfort games today because, well, a year ago I got recommended to play Stardew Valley, and I didn't really play it. Like, nobody really wanted to play it, even though they recommended it. And when I started Stardew Valley, I looked at it and I said, hey, I'm already playing a game just like this. It's called Wildflowers. And so I went over to play Wildflowers, and I was showing everybody Wildflowers. And so therefore I never played Stardew Valley because I was playing Wildflowers. And then I was looking on my Nintendo I gotten a brand new Nintendo, and I was looking at games to download and play off the store, and they were advertising Fae Farm. And they said it was a mix between Stardew Valley and Animal Crossings. So I was kind of like, well, maybe I'll try it. Maybe I'll play it. And so I was like, let's do this. And I love Fae Farm. And that got me to go back to Stardew Valley and be like, okay, let's do Stardew Valley and let's just compare all these games. Let's just go back to Stardew Valley. Let's try Stardew Valley. And then I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a comparison video, and we're going to talk about these games. And we're going to compare all these games and see which ones we like best. So, we're going to do storylines first, okay? So, first of all, and yes, I'm doing my nails while doing this, so don't mind me as I clip and cut. I don't know where my nail file went, though. Where did my nail file go? I can't find my nail file to file my nails after I clip them with the clipper to kind of, because the clipper cuts them a little on the chunky side, and then you just gotta, so instead of sitting here clipping the edges to make it rounded, I normally use the little buffer thingy, whatever, but I can't find it. And I don't want to get up and wander the house because I started the video. So, whatever, I guess. I'll file my nails later when I find it. I don't like to file them after I put them on, but I guess I have no choice in this. Oh, no, there's the file. Never mind. Good. I don't like to file them after I put them on. I like to file them before I put them on. So anyways, let's get back to the gaming. So we're going to go over the storylines of every single one of them. So these are called what's called comfort games. So I don't know if you know these actually fall under a category what's called comfort games. So comfort games are games that, is basically in the title that they're kind of chill to play. They have storylines and things to do, but they're not like Fortnite and Call of Duty and all that, where you go in there and you're and you're, a comfort game is just a nice chill game that you open up, you do your daily quests or whatever, and you can close it whenever, and you can play it by yourself, you can play it with other people. It's kind of, they're just very, very chill games. It's like I said, it's in the title. They're just comfort games. They're just a chill game to play, like kind of like The Sims. The Sims kind of fall under a comfort game too. You get on there, you do your little tasks. You can play as long as you want. And a lot of them mimic real life, so it's like real life but comfortable. So, okay, so we're going to start with the Fae Farm storyline. So, if you've never played Fae Farm before, Fae Farm is a game where you're on a beach and you find a bottle in the sand and it's got a message in it. And it tells you about this island that's been cut off from the world. And it tells you how to get to this island, and if you can get to it, you know, it's a town, and they're wanting to expand and stuff, but there's some whirlwinds blocking their town, and so this little message in the bottle explains to you stuff about this little town. And so you get on your boat and you decide, I'm going for it, and you go through the whirlwind. You find the whirlpools, you go through the whirlpools, and you wash up on shore, and you wake up on shore, your boat's wrecked, and the mayor's standing on the beach, and the mayor's like, oh my gosh, you know, and they greet you, and they show you to a house, and they tell you you can live here, you can stay here, and they give you a house, and they show you how to farm, and they show you how to do stuff. So that's the storyline of Fae Farm. The storyline of Stardew Valley is you have a grandpa who no longer lives on his farm for some reason. He's living with you or something. And he's soon to pass away. He gives you a letter and tells you to open it when life is kind of down and you're ready for a change. Grandpa passes away, and you decide one day to open this letter, and it tells you about this city, Pelican City, this little city, Stardew Valley, to go live in. And Grandpa has a house there, and he hasn't lived there in years, so it's kind of old and disheveled, but you can go there and you can fix it up. And so you go there, kind of the same thing as Fae Farm. You go there, you meet the mayor, and they're like, oh, here's your house. You know, it's a little run down, but you can fix it up as you farm and do stuff. And basically, you move in and you settle into town, kind of just like Fae Farm. So Stardew Valley and Fae Farm have similar kind of stories like that. And so does Wildflowers. Wildflowers is kind of close to all of them. So Wildflowers is when you were a little girl, you lived on this island with your parents and your dad's mom, and you guys moved away from the island to the big city. And your parents, I think your parents got a divorce or something, but your dad's no longer around. It's just you and your mom. And you get a letter from your grandma. She says, I'm old. I live on a farm and I'm old and I need help. You know, do you want to come move into my farm and help me out? And you're kind of like, well, you love living in the city, you're engaged, and you have a good job. And one day, you find out later through your backstory that one day, because you decide to answer your grandma's letter. You haven't known your grandma in years because your mom hasn't let you get to know your dad's mom in years. So you don't really know anything about your dad's side of the family. But you decide to go ahead and through your backstory, you find out that one day you woke up, there was a note on your pillow, your fiance left you in the middle of the night, and they just left a note on your pillow. And you lost your job, and life went downhill. And so later on, you find out your backstory of why you accepted your grandma's letter to go ahead and leave the city, because the city went from being wonderful and life was beautiful and wonderful to your life just crashed and burned, okay? You're single now. So you show up, but your grandma has an ulterior motive. for bringing you to the farm. And you find out later as you snoop around and as you snoop around the map in the village and you follow your grandma and you find out that the reason your grandma, she did want you there because she's getting old and she needs you to help with the farm, but you're also secretly a witch. And your grandma needs to teach you your powers and stuff. So, you kind of freak out a little bit. And it's a secret. The witches are a secret in the town. So there's a whole storyline of a secret coven in the town where everybody wears a mask and a robe. And when you guys meet up, nobody knows who nobody is. They disguise their voice and everything. And so you have no idea. You're meeting this coven and you don't know which people in the town are in the coven because it's a secret coven. And the regular people in the town sense the magic and weird things going on. And they're getting upset because they're scared of witches and stuff. And so there's this whole storyline of you being in this secret coven and everything. Okay? So that it's a fun storyline. I won't give it away though because you got to play and find out how the storyline ends and how things go. You got to play and find out. Now, Animal Crossings is the simple one of the four. I sometimes don't even know why it's in this category. Because Animal Crossings is just you go to I can't remember the beginning storyline of Animal Crossings. You go to an island. You meet Tom Nook, you get a house, you get a tent, and you just immediately, day one, start fishing, start gathering stuff, and whatnot. So we're gonna go over the comparisons of the games now. So I did some comparisons to all four. I looked at all four games, and so for graphics, Fae Farm and Wildflowers and Animal Crossings are all kind of a 3D game where you're a 3D character in a kind of 3D world. And the graphics are pretty good on all three of them. They're more realistic. Whereas Stardew Valley is 2D, kind of 8-bit-ish. And so, you got your 2D character just kind of walking there, flat with the background. Whereas Wildflowers and everything else, you're 3D characters. And I could pull up Wildflowers and compare them. Because, right here you can see the graphics of Stardew Valley. Because I have Stardew Valley pulled up. You can see the graphics of Stardew Valley. And so you're this 2D character in this 2D world. And so at first, don't turn away from Stardew Valley like I did at first because it's 2D. Because I thought, why am I playing this 2D game when I'm playing Wildflowers, which is, Wildflowers is a 3D game. I'm going to go play my 3D game, And so I kind of took it for, I took Stardew Valley for granted because, the graphics were... it puts you off a little bit when you first see Stardew Valley because you're like, who plays 2D games anymore, right? Who does? Okay, so clothes. This is where, clothing does come in very different for each one because in Stardew Valley, as you can see, the clothes are 2D. And, they're not very good. They're not very cute. They're kind of blocky. They don't got very good selections. Their selections look weird. When you're in character creation, you're like, ah? So, in Stardew Valley, Fae Farm, and Animal Crossings, you get to go through character creation create your character and stuff like that, and you choose your hair. And in Fae Farm and Stardew Valley, you can choose like your race, and it's a little bit more customizable. Animal Crossings is a very simple customizable, whereas Fae Farm and Stardew Valley, or no, Fae Farm and Wildflower, no, what am I talking about? Fae Farm is, it's got all kinds of hairdos, all kinds of skin colors, all kinds of, it's very inclusive, I guess you would say, very inclusive. So when you're going for character creation, Fae Farm would be the most inclusive game. Now, Wildflowers is the only game of the three that you get to play one character. You get to play one character, and you don't go to character creation in Wildflowers. Everybody is the same character, same hairdo, same look. You are her. Okay, you're the girl from the city. You don't get to create your character. You don't get to create who you want to be. It's not inclusive in that way. So all the others have character creation, just not Wildflowers. Wildflowers, everybody is the same girl. Okay? So, so in Fae Farm, Stardew Valley, and Wildflowers, they all have storyline quests. They all have their very own storyline, the storyline that brought you to the island, and you continue it. And in all three, Fae Farm, Stardew Valley, and Wildflowers, you have a whole town of people to meet and talk to. And they're part of the storyline. And so you have quests, you have storyline quests. Whereas Animal Crossings is the simple one of the three. You don't have quests in Animal Crossings. There is no quest. If you want to go to the most simple games of all the comfort games out there, you go to Animal Crossings. Because Animal Crossings is just about collecting bugs, collecting fruit, collecting clothes, it's just a game of being on an island and collecting things and designing your house, and that's it. Like, there's no quests. It's so simple. It's just the simplest of the three. Like I said, sometimes it's like, why is Animal Crossings in this comparison? I don't know. Because it's nothing like the other three. So, yeah, there's a community. And Fae Farm, Stardew Valley, and Wildflowers are all inclusive, LGBTQ friendly. You can get married in the game. I heard you can get divorced in Wildflowers. I don't know how. I figured out yesterday how to get divorced in Stardew Valley. You can get married in Fae Farm also. I don't know if you can get divorced. But all three of them, you can marry. Man or woman, doesn't matter. Now, Wildflowers is the only game. So, Animal Crossings, there's no marriage, there's no divorce. It's all, you have neighbors. The community in Wild Crossing is animals move in next door to you. You have to give them gifts. You have to talk to them. If you don't talk to them on a daily basis and you don't give them gifts and you don't help them out, and they send you a letter one day saying they moved on to another village. So to keep your, so if an animal moves into your village and you don't like them, don't do anything for them and they'll eventually move out. Just ignore them. If you like them, do everything under the sun for them, make them happy, and they'll stay. And they'll become your best friend. And so that's what the community in Animal Crossing is about. And I think you can have up to like, what, 10, I think? 10 living in your village or something. And so Animal Crossings, it's just you live on an island with a bunch of friends that are animals, basically. And all of them are co-op, except for Wildflowers. Wildflowers is not co-op. Wildflowers is the only comfort game that is singular. You play it by yourself. Friends don't come in and play. Friends don't come in and help you. You can't have friends in the game. But all the other three you can. Let's see. And so I think Animal Crossings is the only one. I think you just like plant trees and flowers, but there's no real there's no real actual like farming. Which the other three games have actual farms that you work and you upgrade. Now, Wildflowers in Stardew Valley, like Stardew Valley, you can make a sprinkler system and have that sprinkler system help you water the garden every day. Because every day when you wake up in the morning on Wildflower, Stardew Valley, and Faith Farm, well, kind of on Animal Crossings, you get up and the first thing you do is you water your farm. You feed your animals. You have morning chores. And in as far as I understand, if there's a way, I haven't found it, but in Faith Farm there's no sprinkler system. In Wildflowers there's robots, because you go to a magical town. There's a magical town adjacent to the island that you eventually get to open up and go to as you open the storyline. And there's a magical creature that makes you robots, and you have to go mine for the diamonds and the sapphires and the emeralds, but he'll enchant the sapphire and the emeralds for you, and then you put those inside the robot and they go fishing for you, they feed your animals, they mine for you. Like, there's a robot for each category: for farming, for mining, for animal care, stuff like that. So each one you have robots. So eventually, when you get to a point towards the end of the story in Wildflowers, your morning chores are being taken care of by robots. So therefore, you don't waste a lot of your morning hours on watering everything and feeding your animals. But you can still go pet your animals, and you can still go give your animals treats and stuff in Wildflowers. But as for per feeding them, the robots take care of that. So if you don't have time to go pet your animals or give them a treat that day because you have too many quests to do, then don't worry about it. Your robots got it. I have not got a sprinkler system. Stardew Valley is the one I'm currently on and learning right now. I'm not even halfway through the game yet. I'm almost halfway through the game. Kind of. Well, halfway through the first year is what we're going to say. So, basically, that's where we're going to talk about, okay, so, Animal Crossings is the only game that runs in real time. So, like, if it's 2 o'clock in the afternoon for me right now, like, right now it's 4:35. And if I opened up Animal Crossings right now, it would be 4:35 in the game, the middle of the day. So therefore, Animal Crossings, you can wake up in the middle of the night and log on, and it's 3 in the morning, and you're out in your village at 3 in the morning. However, The other 3 games run off a calendar system. Kind of. Okay, so Fae Farm and Stardew Valley run off a 4-season calendar system. 28 days in a calendar. So there's 4 weeks, 28 days, 4 seasons. They start in spring. Everybody starts in spring. Wildflower, Stardew Valley, Fae Farm, we all start in spring. But in Stardew Valley and Fae Farm, you got 28 days to do your spring chores. Your spring crops, all your spring chores, you got 28 days to do them. And then after 28 days, it switches to summer. Then you do your 28 days of summer, then it switches to fall, so on and so on, and then you go to year 2. And then in Fae Farm, I'm in year 3 right now. I'm in, am I in spring at 3? I think. So those run off of so Fae Farm and Stardew Valley run off of those perfect calendar systems. Now, Wildflowers runs off a seasonal storyline system. So you only have 1 year. One and a quarter year in Wildflowers. So you start in spring, you move to summer, fall, and winter as the storyline progresses. So you stay in spring until you get to that storyline portion, and as a witch, they'll tell you in the game it's time for you to turn it to spring, and then you do the potions and you turn it to, or summer, then you turn it to summer. So we don't change till the witches control the weather, and they choose when the seasons change. So it's not on a calendar. Wildflowers is the only one not on a calendar system. It's on a storyline system. And once you get done with the first year, the storyline is over. You go back to spring, and that's where the calendar stops. You don't change seasons anymore. However, if you want to grow summer, fall, and winter crops, during the course of the first year, you build a greenhouse. So you have a greenhouse. Now, Fae Farm, even though Fae Farm keeps changing seasons, and I'm in the 3rd year, I wonder if it goes to a 4th year. Because I thought it stopped after year 2, but it doesn't. However, you do get the ability to grow crops in Fae Farm, you have to plant a plot. And then you can put a seed in that plot. And every plot you put down is a seed you can put down. And eventually you unlock the ability to have summer plots, fall plots, and winter plots. So in spring you can grow winter crops if you put down a winter plot. It's that simple. So I don't know how that works in Stardew Valley. I haven't finished my first year in Stardew Valley. So I don't know if Stardew Valley, what you do when it's spring again and you want to grow a winter crop. I don't know if you can. But in Wildflowers and Fae Farm, you get the ability eventually to grow crops all year round. You don't have to wait for the season change. In Animal Crossings, I don't know if they really have seasons, do they? Like, Animal Crossings, like I said, it's the simplest of the comfort games. There's less to worry about. Because in Animal Crossings, it runs off of real time, and time doesn't matter. Now, time matters in Wildflower, Stardew Valley, and Fae Farm. In Fae Farm, if you're still awake at midnight and you haven't gone to bed, as soon as midnight hits, no matter where you're at in the game, you auto-teleport to your house in your bed and you wake up in your house in the morning. In Wildflowers, if you're not in bed by 1 a.m., you teleport back to your house. It'll auto-teleport you back. And then you get kind of a small penalty. Like, you might not wake up till noon the next day. And now you lost 5 hours of the day. Or you might wake up sick and have to go to the doctor's and get a prescription and drink that to quit feeling sluggish because you stayed up too late. Now, in Stardew Valley, I'm trying to figure, at midnight, the clock starts to turn red. And if in Stardew Valley is a major penalty, if you die, if you don't get to your bed in time by I think 2 a.m. in Stardew Valley, you wake up to a letter the next morning that explains that you passed out, somebody found you, and either you lost something from your backpack, or somebody stole something from your backpack, or the doctor charged you money to help to get you well again and bring you back home. So there's a heavier penalty in Stardew Valley for not going to bed on time. And so Wildflower, Stardew Valley, and Fae Farm, there's a daily clock that runs, and in Fae Farm, businesses are open from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. Everybody in the town goes to bed at 10 p.m. So if you're up past 10 p.m., you can't buy anything from stores. Now in Stardew Valley and Wildflowers, stores run off of regular clock hours, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and stuff like that, or 6 a.m. to noon, or the bar runs from noon to midnight. And in Wildflowers, there is a bar that runs from like 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. And there is after-hour bars in Wildflowers and Stardew Valley. Now in Fae Farm, there isn't exactly shops in a way. There kind of is. It's more like an open market. Like when you go to like China, or where's that one? Like you go down the street and there's open stalls, kind of market kind of thing. Fae Farm's done in kind of like a market, whereas Stardew Valley and Wildflowers is an actual town with actual buildings and actual businesses with actual business hours that you have to work around. So if you need to go see the blacksmith, you need to make sure you get up at 6 a.m. and the blacksmith opens at 9 a.m. So you got 3 hours to water your flowers, do your thing, and then walk. And it takes time to walk all the way over to the blacksmith shop, and you have to get there between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. or he closes. Or if you need some seeds to plant some flowers, to plant your garden, there's two different shops. There, it's kind of like there's the main, there's the big business shop, kind of like the Walmart of the town, where everything's cheap and they're one of them big chain companies. And then there's the mom and pop shop, and it's not open on Wednesdays, which is kind of sucky. So if you're like me and you space off and you hurry up and you run to the shop at 10 a.m. and you forgot it's Wednesday and it's closed and you have to wait a whole day to get your seeds. So there is a little bit of pressure in Wildflower, Stardew Valley, and Fae Farm to work within the business hours, whereas Animal Crossings doesn't give you that stress of working in the business hours. Animal Crossings, you have tools and you keep them in your backpack and you can switch them out with a hotkey. Whereas in Fae Farm and Stardew Valley, you have a backpack and you have a toolbar. And in Fae Farm, it's really easy. You walk up to a rock and it auto detects it's a rock and it pulls out your pickaxe. And then if you turn around and start hitting a tree, it auto detects that it's a wood and it's a tree, and it pulls out your axe for you. Whereas in Stardew Valley, you have to switch between your axe and your pickaxe and your fishing pole and your watering can. And whereas Fae Farm auto detects it and does it. Wildflowers, trying to remember how you switch between tools. And in Fae Farm, Stardew Valley, and Wildflowers, you have to go mining, get copper, iron, all of that, upgrade your tools to make them stronger so that you can hit bigger logs and bigger boulders so that you can open up more parts of the town. And so the storyline progresses as your tools progress. And Animal Crossings, you just don't really have to worry about upgrading everything. It, like I said, it's the simple of the simples. You don't have quests. You don't have pressures of time. You don't have pressures of season change and all of that, whereas all the other ones you have that. And so, but all of them have collections. Like in Animal Crossings, you collect bugs, fish, dinosaur bones, sea creatures, paintings for like the museum and stuff and whatnot. And in Stardew Valley, you have like fish, artifacts, minerals, cooking, achievements, and letters. Now, if you want to play a comfort game, but with a wide variety, play Fae Farm. Fae Farm has flowers, fish, mining, gardening, critters, foraging, food and drink, dungeoning, magic, animal care, construction. Like, Fae Farm has twice as much to do as all the others. And in Fae Farm, you can breed animals, you can breed flowers, you can breed trees, you can breed a lot of, they have a lot. Fae Farm has the most to do. And I'm in my third year, and I have all my roses. I have all 12 of, because roses come in they have 6 different types of flowers, and they have 12 colors in each category. And they start you out with 3 colors. Red, yellow, and I can't remember I think purple. Red, yellow, and purple. You start with those 3, and then you breed them. And they breed other flowers. You start out with like roses, tulips, and I think lilies. Like a purple lily, a red rose, and a yellow tulip. And you take those and you start breeding those, and you eventually breed all 6 brands of flower. Well, as the storyline progresses and you do the second dungeon and you open up the storyline of the magical creatures, they'll give you blue and green flowers to breed also. And so that helps you breed all 6. So Fae Farm has so much to do. Fae Farm is loaded. If you're looking for a loaded comfort game, go to Fae Farm. If you're looking for a more simpler comfort game, go to Wildflowers. Stardew Valley is like the medium one. It doesn't have too much like Fae Farm, but it doesn't have too little like Wildflowers. All of them have beehives, which is fun. You get to create beehives in all of them, and you get to do bees and honey, which is fun. I love doing bees and honey. And so in all of them, you get to do that. And so there's also skills, crafting, collections, animals. Now in Fae Farm, it's fun. It's not typical cows, chickens, that stuff. In Fae Farm, you have what's called chickoos, which are chickens. You have cottontails, which are giant bunnies. You have woolly horns, which give you wool, and they're like giant, kind of like cows. No, not the woolly horns. The woolly horns they're little, they got horns, and they're little creatures like, maybe not bulls, like bulls with wool or something. Like a ram with wool, like a ram, a magical ram. And then you have a mamu, which is like a magical cow that does give you milk. Then for the magical creatures, you have a lunan and a spriggan. Those are what gives you silk and stuff like that. So you take care of the animals, and as you take care of the animals, they daily lay eggs, cotton, silk, wool, milk, stuff like that. So you daily milk the cows and stuff like that. And you can breed them, and eventually you can breed them in different colors. I love my black cottontail. I have a black bunny. It's so cute. Maybe I'll show you guys my black bunny. Well, yeah, it's on my PlayStation, but I think I can show my PlayStation. And so, or the Nintendo. All of these games are on Nintendo too, except for Wildflowers. Wildflowers is on the computer, but I have I have Fae Farm, Stardew Valley, and Animal Crossings on the Nintendo. I also have Stardew Valley on the computer with Fae Farm and Wildflowers. Now, Stardew Valley is the only game that if you play it on the PC and you use CurseForge, you can mod the game and add additional things to the game, if you know what modding is. So Stardew Valley is the only game. So if you're playing on the computer like me right here, you can mod the game and change the game. So if you know what modding is, if you played World of Warcraft or Minecraft and you know what modding is. So we're going to go through a category called commonalities with exceptions, because all these games have commonalities except for one game. One game is always going to be excluded. I'm going to name a commonality that every game has, but there's always one exception, because that's how life is. There's always one exception to the rule, right? So all have customizable homes, upgrade size, except wildflowers. Wildflowers, you move into your grandma's house, it stays the same. It never changes. You don't get to upgrade it, you don't get to decorate it, you don't get to do anything with the home in Wildflowers. You play the one character in the one home, nothing changes. Okay, all have magic, except Animal Crossings. Animal Crossings is very simple. There's no magic. There's no magical realm. There's no magical creatures. There's no magic to the game. Okay, all take place on a remote island with a map that is discoverable, except for Animal Crossings. It is a very small map. Nothing to discover, no extra discoverable things. Eventually you can build a bridge to go across the rivers and stuff, or a pole and jump it. But really, Animal Crossings is the simple one. There's no additional map to uncover. There's no adjacent map to a portal to go through. Whereas there are portals and other stuff in all the other three games where you can go over to magical lands and whatnot. So Animal Crossings is the very simple map. It's a very simple small island with no extra things to wander to or open up. Okay, all games start by receiving your new home intent and a goal to clear the area and plant your first crop, except for Animal Crossings. You get your tent, you get your, Tom Nook helps you make your first fishing pole and your first net, and you just go out there and you start catching things. You don't have to clear out all wildflowers, everything else, especially Stardew Valley and Fae Farm. You have to clear the land, you have to till the land, and then lay the seeds and water the seeds and all of that. And Animal Crossings is very simple on the start. You don't have to do that. And the game prices vary. The cheapest game is Stardew Valley at $15, unless you can catch it on a sale at Nintendo or Steam or something for like $7. But all the other games are, Wildflowers is like $35, and the other games, Animal Crossings and Fae Farm, are $60. And so they vary in price. Like I said, Stardew Valley is going to be your cheapest. Even though it has a lot to do, and it's very comparable to the others, it is the cheapest one. And it can, like I said, be played on multiple consoles. Nintendo, computer, PC, whatever. Okay. All games are multiplayer, except for Wildflowers, like I explained earlier. You can have multiple people in and create a multiple farm, except for, except. Okay, all games have their own, I explained the calendars, except Animal Crossings. So, and you can chat with the community in all the games, except for like Stardew Valley, I think is the only exception where people can be rude. I think maybe in Animal Crossings they can be a little rude, but it's funny in Stardew Valley people aren't very polite. In Wildflowers, everybody has a backstory. Wildflowers is, I forgot, I was about to explain this earlier and I didn't. Now I can explain it now. Wildflowers has two gay guys that are engaged, and they have a backstory. Wildflowers is the only game that has a lesbian, and she has a backstory. And then there's one character, and the lesbian is dateable, and the trans one is dateable. And the trans one has a backstory also about why they came to the island and how their family doesn't talk to them anymore. And so Wildflowers is the only one that has a LGBTQ backstory. There are 4 characters with LGBTQ backstories. And 2 of them are dateable. And one of them is not dateable, or because they're engaged. The 2 gay guys are engaged, so they're not dateable. But the other 2 are dateable. However, I found out that if you don't date the trans one and you date somebody else, the trans one ends up dating the lesbian, if you don't date the lesbian also. And they end up getting together and having a happy story. So I'll ruin that for you. So don't think that they don't have a happy ending if you don't date them. Because I've played these games multiple times. And so see how you can have multiple. I only have one as Stardew Valley right now. Well, I technically have 2 because I have one on my Nintendo. I have 3. And then I have one with my friends. And I date different people in each storyline to check out the storyline. And so I fully date. It's kind of fun in Fae Farm. You can flirt and date. You can go from friends to flirtatious mode to engagement mode, and then if you want married mode, and you can flirt with multiple people at a time. In Fae Farm, you can date multiple people at once in Fae Farm. And people are easier to date in Fae Farm than Wildflowers. I'm trying to date the werewolf. He is hard to get friendship with. He has a very sad backstory. His family doesn't like him either. A lot of people that are in Wildflowers have very sad backstories. And they're all together on this island, and they have and they have really sad backstories. And Wildflowers is the only one that the main character is not very animated. It doesn't have cutscenes. Well, it kind of does have cutscenes. And the characters have emotions, and except for in Wildflowers, the character's not very emotional. Okay, okay, so in okay, so you can go into other characters' homes as long as they are home, except for Wildflowers. Wildflowers, you cannot enter another person's home. Whether they're home or not, you can't enter. Stardew Valley, when you enter other people's homes, they have bedrooms, and unless you're friends with them, you can't enter their bedroom. And I love Stardew Valley because in Fae Farm and everything else, when you enter other people's homes, it's just one room, maybe an upstairs in Fae Farm. But in Stardew Valley, they actually have floor plans where you can walk down hallways and go to bedrooms, and you go to basements, and it's an actual floor plan setup. Like somebody drew a floor plan. Here's the living room, here's the kitchen, here's the hallway, here's the bedrooms. I love the setup of Fae Farm. So you got to watch out in all the weeds grow back daily. Daily you have to take care of weeds, except for in Fae Farm. They're kind of more seasonal. When the seasons change, all of a sudden you get extra logs and weeds and stuff. And then once you clear them, it stays clean for the season. But like in Stardew Valley, I'm daily cleaning up. Like weeds all of a sudden just grow back, and you got to re-clear out your farm again. So, Animal Crossings is the only game that doesn't have dungeons and levels. But all other 3 have dungeons with levels. And monsters in those dungeons that you have to defeat and kill and stuff. And Animal Crossings is the only one that doesn't have dungeons. No dungeons. No dungeoning in there. No mining, no dungeoning. Okay? In Animal Crossings. It's the simple one. In Stardew Valley, you can actually have kids. In the other ones, you can get married, but you can't have kids. But you can in Stardew Valley. Stardew Valley is the only game. And if you take it on the computer and mod it out, you can get multiple spouses. Too, if you want to have multiple spouses. And Stardew Valley kind of has natural disasters. You wake up and Stardew Valley is like, ooh, you had an earthquake. And so yeah, tell me if you guys want me to do more videos on... The only thing I hate about Stardew Valley is the fishing. I cannot figure out the fishing in Stardew Valley. I've wasted days and days and days and days and days trying to fish in Stardew Valley. I can't fish. I hate fishing. So here you are, Stardew Valley. You wake up in the morning. Now Stardew Valley saves every morning. When you get out of bed, the game saves on a daily basis when you go to bed at night. So the best time to close out the game in Stardew Valley is after you go to bed and wake up the next morning. See, you can get mail. I hope you're feeling settled in your home. I'm writing to let you know that Pierre's store is now selling fertilizers. It wants me to go buy some fertilizers. So every morning you gotta wake up. Okay. Where's my watering can? What do I do with my watering can? Please don't tell me I lost my watering can. There it is. So in Stardew Valley, Fae Farm, and Wildflowers, you have watering cans that you do have to fill at a well or something. It does not have endless water. So I can show you each game. We'll do one day in Stardew Valley right now. We'll do one whole day and show you one whole day in Stardew Valley. This is a day in Stardew Valley. So you can see it's 2D. The outfits are there is a crafting area. This is what I can craft so far. And then it has the ingredients to craft. So if I grab horseradish, daffodil, leek, and dandelion, do I have that horseradish, leek? Okay, I have a leek. I only want one though. I want one. One. Okay, what else was it? To get more seeds. Daffodil and dandelion. I don't know if I have a I'll have to see. Do I have daffodils and dandelions? I don't. Okay, we're gonna have to go get a daffodil and a dandelion because I didn't save them. Let's go see if we can get daffodils and dandelions. So see, my morning chores are done. Because I don't know Fae Farm really well, I should actually have a much bigger... I actually should go buy some seeds and have a much bigger farm. I'm actually doing this wrong. I need to do a better job of this place. Okay, let's go see if we can find a daffodil real quick. So, in Wildflowers, Fae Farm, and Stardew Valley, see, there's towns like this where you gotta walk through. You have maps, and see, I haven't discovered up here. This is questionable. So there's still undiscoverable stuff over there and everything. Maybe we can find a daffodil real quick. Come on, where's the daffodil? I just need a daffodil so I can make some new seeds. Hey, Bradio. Okay, I need a daffodil. I can make some seeds. I'm trying. I hate fishing, Bread. I can't figure out fishing. Well, I haven't tried fishing on the computer, but on the Nintendo, it sucks. I can't figure out fishing. Oh, there's a daffodil, yay. Okay, here we go. Let's go home real quick. Now let's go home. So there's the store. See, the stores have store hours that they're open. So they're open right now, and this is where you can go get some seeds and stuff. Let's go get some cauliflower, maybe. Oh, I'm in a cutscene. The guy from the big conglomerate stole all his customers. They came in and see. I love how it has a floor plan. And see, you could talk to people. Tell anyone, but I snuck into the old community center last night. See, this is what I was telling Brian about yesterday, Bread. Okay, I am going to give a warning on Stardew Valley, actually. I've been thinking about this lately. Because, see, Altar of Yoba? I hate the fishing. The fishing is so much easier in all the other three. The other three... Fishing is simple. Oh, I hate how people block me in the hallway. Come on, you guys. Stop it. Why is everybody going down this hallway? Why? Everybody's going down the hallway when I want to go down it. Let's get some cauliflower seeds. Maybe some potatoes. Okay, I'll come get some potatoes later. Let's go plant some cauliflowers. I don't know if I have. I don't know what I have planted. I just screwed up in the Nintendo, and I realized my screw up. And gosh darn it, I didn't. Starting new games, I always screw up. I know we haven't played Palia in a while. So, we're going to plant these. Now we got to water them. I can't tell what I planted, but in Fae Farm you're able to... And wildflowers, you're able to tell what you planted, but I can't tell what I planted. Okay, so now we can craft some wild seeds. There we go. We got 10 wild seeds. Let's till out 10 spots. We gotta till out 10 spots. 1, 2, 3... I don't know. I'm tilling this wrong. The scarecrow got in my way. It's not how I wanted to till it. The scarecrow's in my way of tilling it. Okay, so I'm going to give a warning on Stardew Valley. It is the only game, so all the games have magic, except for magic in the, is simple. In Wildflowers, there is a coven, kind of, it does give a little witchcraft vibes. And in Fae Farm, it's just magical people and elves and creatures, but no big deal to it. However, in Stardew Valley, there is altars. And there is kind of satanic looking. So Stardew Valley, I'm going to give a warning if you don't like altars or satanic symbols and stuff like that. Stardew Valley kind of has a little bit of that. The magic is a little weird in Stardew Valley. So, oh, potatoes. I gotta get that potato out of there. Whoops. Okay. For some reason, I'm really shaky right now. Oh my gosh, I'm so shaky. Okay. What? Why can't I? Oh, I put stone, not coal. Never mind. Why did I grab stone, not coal? Okay. I'm gonna have to go get some coal out of the mines. There we go. We're making some copper bars. I really hate fishing in this game. I really do. Fishing is the worst. I've been trying. Oh, Brad, I gotta send you something on Discord. I took a picture of the kids today for you. I took a picture of them for you. They miss you guys and they say hi. They miss you guys. I took a picture of them for you though. I just sent it to you. They really miss you guys. Okay, that's done. So, make some more bars. So basically, yeah, you got your clock up here. It's Tuesday, day 16, so there's a calendar. Where's the calendar? Here's your quest. There's your quest log. Well, it's called your journal, but it's your quest log, basically. Oh, the calendar's in town. Okay, this is the only game where you have to go in town to see the calendar. Bay Farm and Wildflowers gives you the calendar right away. So, basically this is a day in Stardew Valley, kind of. If you want to sell something, this is the box to sell it in. Or you can go sell it at a store. Like you can sell fish at the fishing store, vegetables at the vegetable store. Same in Wildflowers. And Bay Farm just has tables in the center of town. If you want to sell something, you just put it on the tables in the center of town, no matter what category it comes from. Colin has been growing. That's why I threw all his clothes away. I don't think he can fit into his clothes anymore. He's a growing boy. Don't tell Parker he's growing. Parker thinks he's growing because they're feeding the kids and I'm not. Whatever, bullshit. I know, the kids, I miss watching them grow and get bigger and crap, and I'm missing out on a whole year of this, and I'm so pissed. Okay, and then what's cool about Stardew Valley, let's see, what does it take to make a campfire? Stone, wood, and fiber. Okay, let's get some stone, wood, and fiber. Some stone, some wood, and what, oh, is this all the fiber I have? Oh, fiber, okay. Okay, when you craft something, you have to put it in your backpack, so you have to make sure you have plenty of room, and then you hold it, and you put it where you want it, and you can turn the fire on and off. And at night, it lights a certain area up. So, same with inside your house, there's a fire in there that you can control, which is pretty cool. I love that feature in this game. See, it's 8:30 at night. We gotta get ready for bed. Oh, I miss those little guys. I'm dying without them. Gosh, if we weren't scared to sue them right now, I would be putting in a lawsuit right now. I would so be putting in a lawsuit right now. Because it turns out they did, we can sue them. We can. I found the law that allows me to sue them, but we're afraid that they might try and arrest us if we sue them, though. Okay, now it's time to go to bed. So you can come in and light your fire, make your house cozy, pet your cat. And then, oh, I forgot to water the cat's dish. And then you just slide into bed and go to sleep. And then the game saves. In Wildflowers and Fae Farm, you can quit at any time. The game saves is when you quit. Stardew Valley is the only one that, if you quit in the middle of your day, you lose the whole day. You lose all your progress. So, in Stardew Valley, you're going to want to wait to quit. Wait till morning. But in Wildflowers, I finished one full year, and I'm halfway through another year. Like I've played this game 1.5 times. So everybody's this character that I was talking about. And in your basement, you have your secret. Oh crap, I need to use the controller. Hold on. This one takes controller. I gotta remember how to control this game. This is your grandma's house. It doesn't change. Here's your secret basement with all your magic stuff. Secret magic stuff. And this one for clothes, you can actually, you have a sewing machine. These worms make silk. And you make cotton and silk over here, and then you dye it over here, and then after it's done dyed, you come over to the sewing machine, you pick what you want to sew, and it tells you what you need: red cloth, blue cloth, leather. You tan your leather over here, and so you actually make your clothes. You can change your clothes in Wildflowers, and see, these are the clothes I've made, and I can change into them at any time. Fae Farm, you earn your clothes by doing quests. So here's my greenhouse where I grow vegetables all year. These are the off season. Anything not spring is grown here. Like sugar and all this. And see, you can see my robot in the background that waters all my plants for me. I plant the seeds like this. I choose the seed. Do you want to do more sugar, wheat? Plant wheat seeds in the garden bed. They grow in spring. We don't want to do those because those are spring. Because we're in spring. So we want to do something that is out of season. Yeah. See, if it says out of season, we want to do that. So we want to grow out of season stuff. Like corn. And so, yeah, we want to grow all the out of season stuff. And then my robot's going to come water it for me. And so these are the in-season stuff. This is all in-season. Trees grow year-round. They're not seasonal. But the plants are. And at least in Fae Farm and Wildflowers, once you get married, your husband starts hanging around the house. And you can talk to them. In both Stardew Valley and Wildflowers, you get a cat adopted to you. And in Wildflowers, this is how you go to the magical realm. So I'm in the magical realm. But once again, store hours. It's after 5 o'clock. See, okay. Whoops. And so Wildflowers, this is my character that's completed the storyline, so I can do whatever I want. So you can see it's a 3D model, is very different than Stardew Valley. Here's my chickens. There you can see my robot right there that takes care of my animals. This is my pigs and llamas and cows and, or is that alpacas? I don't know. Something. See, you can pet them. You can either choose to pet them or give them a treat. And you can name them. I don't know about Stardew Valley yet because I haven't got my first animal in Stardew Valley yet. But at least in Fae Farm and Wildflowers, you can name them. You get to name them. You can either name them, randomize it, or you can create your own name. So basically this is Wildflowers. You got let's see, I'm trying to remember the controls, how to control this game. You could do pictures. Take a photo. This is your backpack with everything. Your backpack's kind of unlimited in Wildflowers, whereas Fae Farm and Stardew Valley and Animal Crossings, your backpack is limited, and you have to upgrade it. In Stardew Valley, your partner also starts living with you. Yeah, your partner starts living with you, and you just kind of talk to them. Like in Fae Farm, your partner goes on picnics and crap, and you just watch him sitting there going on a picnic in your garden. One day you go out to water your flowers, and your husband's having a picnic in your garden. Huh. So, yeah, in Wildflowers, see, it's getting late. I gotta go to bed. I was trying to show you guys the map, but I'm trying to think of what... Okay, here's the map. Now, this, if I make the potion, if I want to go over here, I'll show you in the morning. But I can fly, but I have to make the potion to fly, though. You don't have unlimited flying. You have to make the potion. And then you can fly across town. But don't let anybody see you fly because you're a secret witch. And so in the kitchen, you do your cooking. See, there's my husband. He owns the bar. He works at night. He owns the bar. Boop. I get to boop him on the nose. And then you could talk to him.
That's right. Somebody's starting to see the shorts are superior light. You look gorgeous, Tara.
Oh, he likes my shorts. He likes that I changed into shorts. Nice. Oh, my trees are ready to be picked. No, this one. These trees produce what I need to get the silkworms to do their thing. Those leaves, I think the silkworms are already working though. So, I don't think any of them need the leaves. And you make candles over here. You make glass and stuff over here. That's your kiln. I gotta pick my trees. My trees are ready. And so in Wildflowers, like I said, the only difference in Wildflowers, there's no character creation. Everybody's this character. Everybody's Tara. There's no character creation. But she gets to make her own clothes, which is fun. You go to the store and you buy the pattern. You go into town and you buy the pattern. See, these are people's houses, but you can't go into people's houses. You like the rainbow flag flying there, Bread? This is the mayor's office. There's a rainbow flag on the. This is the lesbian. She's the doctor of the town.
I'm glad Kim finally asked me out. I was going to make the first move, but
yeah, see, she's dating Kim now, who is the trans.
You?
Because we married Damien, she was able to start dating Kim, who owns the butcher shop, and she's the trans one. He's dateable. Let's see where Kim is. Let's see if Kim's at work. Where's the butcher shop? Because I don't know if the butcher shop's open today. It's Sunday, so I don't know where Kim would be on a Sunday. Because see, it's Sunday, and so most people on the weekends, most shops aren't open. And so the gay couple, one of them owns the jewelry store, and the other one owns the bakery next door. It's so cute. The gay couple works next door to each other. One owns a bakery and one owns a jewelry store. And then the lesbian's the doctor, and the trans person is the butcher. Oh, here's the butcher shop. Kim's not in. So it's closed. I wonder where Kim is. This is the bar that our husband owns. See, it has hours too. It's closed. See, you can look at the hours of the shops. And you talk to them, you have to keep up talking to them almost every day because they have backstories that they tell you about. So in Wildflowers, you want to talk to the community. You give them your backstory and they give you their backstory, and you find out a lot about this town and how it got put together. There's a lot of gossip and tea, and if you want a very gossipy kind of comfort game, you want to play this game. This one has a lot of gossip and drama. So this is where the witches meet. So this one isn't as bad as Stardew Valley, because see, there's no satanic symbols or anything, but Stardew Valley kind of has satanic symbols. And then there's another magical realm over here you can go to. These are magical realms over here you can go to. So there's this game. And basically I can just quit at any time. It's going to save exactly where I quit. And so let me show you flying real quick. Let's fly home. So I'm gonna go on our broom and fly home. So if you're running out of time and you need to hurry up and get home, you can fly real quick. Boom, home. And you can just quit at any time. It doesn't matter. You just quit. I wonder if I can do my Nintendo on. I think you can probably maybe see my Nintendo so I can show Fae Farm. Boom, boom, boom. Where is the controllers? Hold on, I think they're in my room. BRB. I actually have to go leave to get this real quick. BRB. I'll be right back. Let's see. Display capture. No. I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can capture. My Nintendo. It's not picking up the other monitor. It's not picking up my third monitor. It's only picking up my two main monitors. I needed to pick up the third monitor to show off Fae Farm. I have no idea why it won't show it off. I don't know how to work this OBS. I really don't. I'm if I was on my other OBS, it'd be no problem showing the third monitor. But that's pretty much, you know, a lot of them. The only other comparable comfort games in a way to these is I would add in Minecraft and like Disney Dreamlight Valley. I do play Disney Dreamlight Valley. I didn't add that in. That is a comfort game too, Disney Dreamlight Valley. It's kind of like in between Stardew Valley and Animal Crossings, because you have Disney characters with their Disney backstories that you do quests for. So it's kind of calm in a way like Animal Crossings that has animals that don't have big backstories and they're just your friends. They're not a community, and you can't get married and you can't do that. But you do go into mines and you do mining and you do gardening and you do flower picking and foraging and stuff like that in Disney Dreamlight Valley. And so you do all that in a Disney world. You collect Disney characters as your neighbors. And Minecraft is, you know, it's a game that you can also multiplayer. Fully customizable game because you don't get handed a house. You make your own house. So in Minecraft, you have to do guardian. You don't have any quests though, 0 quests. Minecraft is a 0 quest, totally customizable. You can play survival mode or you can play creative mode. So in survival mode, you have to earn everything. In creative mode, you're handed everything. So whereas if I want to make a house, I got to go collect the wood and stuff in survival. But in creative, you have unlimited wood. You have unlimited supplies. So, and same with Fortnite Lego is kind of like that too. Fortnite Lego is comparable to Minecraft. So those are other kind of adjacent comfort games. Disney Dreamlight Valley, though, I should have added that in. It is technically a comfort game that streamers stream. It's the first comfort game I ever streamed. And then that led into Wildflowers and Stardew Valley and everything else. And I just thought let's compare the games. Let's compare the games and see what you can and can't do in the games. And so that's these games are so deep and so heavy that it would take me forever to compile all the information to fully 100% compare these games. So I gave you as much comparable as much as I know about the games. Like I said, if you want the simplest of the simplest of the simplest comfort games that doesn't stress you out, play Animal Crossings. If you want some challenges, you have Stardew Valley, Wildflowers, Fae Farm, Disney Dreamlight Valley, because you have quests, you have communities, you have things to do. And you have Disney Dreamlight Valley, though, does not have a clock time frame. I think it runs in real time also. Disney Dreamlight Valley runs in real time, so when it's nighttime my time, it's nighttime that time, and some of the characters go to bed. And once the characters go to bed, you can't disturb them. Now, you can go in their houses only when they're awake. Whether they're in their house or not, you can go in them as long as they're awake. If they're asleep, the door won't let you in. But these games just keep going deeper and deeper, and there's just so much to them, so much to collect, and so much that it would be a really long video explaining everything in all three, everything you have to do in all three. If you want, like I said, if you want a medium one, I would go to Disney Dreamlight Valley is the lightest of them. Then Stardew Valley and Wildflowers. But if you want a heavy game with so much to do, a lot to collect, a lot to do, a lot to accomplish, go to Fae Farm. Fae Farm has the most things to accomplish. And I'm in year 3 and still going. I don't know if the game ever stops or what, but I'm in year 3. And it's the most complicated of them all. So you want the most complicated one, go to Fae Farm. If you want the one most complicated when it comes to fishing, go to Stardew Valley. Because I've only caught one fish. I cannot catch the fish. I can't balance that stupid green bar. I don't get why. I wanted to try it real quick. I wanted to try fishing real quick on the computer and see if it's different. Can I catch a fish on the computer? Gosh darn it. I can't catch it on my Nintendo. I want to see if I can catch a fish on the computer. I want to see how different it is. And someday I am going to try Stardew Valley modded out. I want to play it non-modded first so I know what it's like not modded, so that I notice the differences when I see it also. Yeah, Palia is the new game that me and Brad started. You get handed a house and a farm and everything, and there's a village, but I don't think you can get married or anything. I don't think it goes that deep. Palia is like a mild World of Warcraft kind of thing, but not. Palia also runs off of, it doesn't run in real time. It has its own hours and everything too. Okay, we gotta start the day by watering everything. We gotta start our day with our chores. You can use a controller when you're on the PC, but in a way I kind of find the keyboard and mouse a little bit easier than controller. But on PC you have a choice between controller or keyboard and mouse. But I want to get to know Stardew Valley unmodded. Minecraft is a moddable game also. Minecraft can be completely modded out to actually be more like this, where you farm and stuff. Like, I created an awesome farm. I modded out and created a really awesome farm in one of my Minecrafts. It's pretty dang awesome. Oh, gotta feed the cat. Can't forget. Where's the cat's dish? I don't see the cat's dish. It's daytime, so you want to turn off your fire? See, you're not home. Turn off your fire. I love that you can do that. Where is the cat dish? I thought the cat dish is supposed to be behind the home. I have a cat, right? I think I do. I like to fill the watering can real quick and then put it away so that it's ready the next morning. So tomorrow morning it's going to be ready for me to use. Let's try and go fishing, okay? Let's see what fishing is like. Gosh darn it, keep hitting the wrong key, sorry. I want to see if I can fish. You can date in Palia? Because we haven't fully also discovered Palia. We're still in the beginnings of Palia. Palia is like in between a comfort game and like World of Warcraft. It's somewhere in between like World of Warcraft and a comfort game in a way. Like, Palia is interesting, but it probably might fall under kind of comfort game. It's not exactly, it's... Okay, let's try this. Okay, this is easier on the computer. This is so much easier on the computer. Oh my gosh. I can't do it on the Nintendo! I don't know why I can't do it on the Nintendo. Let's go down to the beach. Oh my gosh. One way to make good money is go down to the beach if you want a day of fishing. Go down to the beach. Pick up these shells and clams. Oh. I need to go get 300 pieces of wood. And so you pick up the stuff off the beach and sell it here. This actually makes you really good money if you sell everything to him. I don't want to sell the fish to him yet because I found out that the community center needs the fish. I found out some new things today on the Nintendo about the community center that I didn't know about in this original game. Oh gosh. This game just got loaded with more stuff for me to do. So, let's go grab some wood, because we want to complete that bridge. Let's go see if we have 300 wood to complete the bridge. This is the mom and pop shop, Pierre's, where you buy your seeds. And then the big conglomerate one is over there, called Joja. I think he's one of the dateable ones. He's one of the dateable ones. Okay, wood. We're looking for wood. Oh man, we only have 185. Okay, let's get some more wood. Apparently we need more wood. This is a small little cave. Yeah, I need more wood so I can complete that bridge. comparison on the comfort games, I would say, like, I used to be addicted to Animal Crossings, but, you know, I don't know, I just don't like it as much as I used to. I used to be so addicted to Animal Crossings, I couldn't wait for the new one to come out, and I had to buy the new one once it came out. And now I'm kind of over it. Right now I'm addicted to Stardew Valley. I play it on my computer, I play it on my Nintendo. I'm playing like 3 different games of it. I'm playing like 3 different versions of it. It's my comfort go-to game. Oh yeah, you have to watch your energy down here. I could probably cut down 1 more tree, and then I'm out of energy. It's gonna take us a couple days to get that wood. Because of the energy bar. When you run out of energy in Stardew Valley, you walk really slow and it's annoying. You don't want to run out of energy in Stardew Valley. Because then you walk slower than a snail. So maybe chop down a couple more pieces of wood and then our energy is probably out. Couple more still? We could do a couple more still. If you don't watch your energy in Stardew Valley, you pass out, you lose money, you lose stuff out of your backpack. You have a penalty for not paying attention to your energy. Okay, this is the last thing I can cut and then we gotta go home. I am out of energy. I'm about to walk slower than a snail. Okay, no, we didn't get the 300 today. You can eat food and cook and eat food, and that'll help your energy. So if I were to cook food right now, that would help my energy. So we're 25 wood away. We're 25 wood away. I need to go to the community center. I need to look at... So I didn't know. I thought they just had... Okay, hold on. Okay, spring forage. Isn't that what we were doing a second ago? Didn't I get a dandelion for it? Where'd that dandelion go? Gosh darn it, where'd I put it? Oh. I thought we just collected a dandelion. Where did I put it? Did I sell it? Oh crap, I sold it, didn't I? I sold it. Okay, what do we need? We need horseradish, daffodil, leek, and dandelion. Horseradish, leek. Okay, horseradish. Okay, hold on. No. Leek. Oh, it's my only one. Horseradish. Okay, we need a dandelion and crap. It's 6 o'clock at night, and I'm wandering looking for dandelions, and I'm not gonna find one in time. Aha! Now I just need a dandelion. Come on, dandelion. Sorry, I try not to eat on stream, but I'm shaking real bad. Because I have, what is that called? Where you shake if you get low, if your body gets low on sugars and food and stuff. If I don't eat, we'll have to look tomorrow. Nope. Maybe one will grow tomorrow. We'll have to see if one will grow tomorrow. My brain is like so forgetful. I used to remember what it's called. Now I can't remember for the life of me. Okay, we gotta go to bed. We'll light our fire. Woo! Light up everywhere. Let's put this away. Okay. Yeah, see, we do have a cat. Pet the cat. Warm up the fire. Go to bed. I'm gonna go. Gotta do something. DM me if you're not on Twitch. Play. Okay. I might start a new Stardew Valley. I don't know. On my Nintendo. I screwed up. Well, anyways, I'm probably going to end this stream in just a second. I just kind of wanted to have a fun stream talking about comfort games. Step away from the Gypsy Rose gossip for a minute. Because, man, do I still have a lot to say on that case right now. I can make another YouTube video right after this. Streaming about her. Alright guys, well have a great day. Hope you enjoyed this comparison. And that way, like I said, because some of these games are expensive, okay? Some of these games are $60. And like I said, Stardew Valley is the cheapest. And it's good to have somebody talk and compare them and tell you what you can and can't do in the games. So you can decide for yourself how many you want to afford to buy. Because it gets... I ponied up the dough for Faith Farm. I really wanted it really bad because I loved wildflowers. And I was like, no, I really... Because when they advertised Faith Farm, they said it was a mix between Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley. And I hadn't played Stardew Valley, but I had played Wildflowers, and I thought, well, they need to compare it to Wildflowers, not just, not just Animal Crossings and, yeah, I was like, not just Animal Crossings and, Stardew Valley. There's other comfort games out there that are comparable, like Wildflowers. And also, yeah, give you guys that warning on Stardew Valley, because Stardew Valley, don't go start hashtagging and protesting that the game has a little bit of satanic symbols in it, kind of, and altars, which is a little kind of on the scary side, and it just depends on how serious you take games and stuff like that within it. Like, do you want to play? If you paid the $15 you got on the game and then you saw that and got upset, like, hey, at least I warned you, so you know that that's on the game if you buy the game. And one of the altars says that something's coming in the third year, and it's kind of scary, but not really scary, but scary. But like I said, it's just a small warning. Well, you guys have a good day, and let me know what kind of things you guys want to talk about, and let me know your interests and stuff, comment if there's a type of video you want to come talk to me about, and a subject, anything but math. I tell everybody, just don't bring me math, and I'll do anything else. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much. I look forward to your comments. And yeah, hit that sub button just and cause you like me and we're cool and everything. And we'll talk with you later. Thanks for watching Talk with Rose.